Okay, we're going to start Photoshop Lesson 11 today. Let's go ahead and open Photoshop. Lesson 11 is about using your mixer brush, the brush panel, and making your images look more hand-painted. So a second way that you can make your pictures look hand-painted. Go ahead and launch your mini branch. Go to Lessons and 11. And let's go ahead and open 11 Palette Start. First thing we should do is save as. Go to your name, assignments, create a new folder called Photoshop Lesson 11. And save it as 11 Palette Start. Zoom in so we can see the tubes better, so let's click on our zoom tool. You don't need to zoom in incredibly far, but far enough that we can see the tubes better. Let's click on our eyedropper tool. Our eyedropper tool, what it allows us to do is sample colors, and we want to sample the red color. So you click on your eyedropper tool. Let's make sure that our toolbar is on default also. So click anywhere on the red tube. Stay away from the lettering and the white part because it'll throw off your red color. And let's click on our mixer brush. Your mixer brush is hidden beneath your regular brush. Click Window and Brush. We want to open our brush panel. Click the first brush that's available on the option bar, so we can go ahead and minimize this to get it out of our way. On the option bar, notice our option bar is different. You want to change the blending option. Where it says custom, change it to dry. The effect of the brush is determined by how wet, determined by the wet, load, and mix fields on the option bar, which is this is our load, this is our, well, I guess wet, load, mix. Load controls how much the paint holds, or how much the brush holds of paint. Wet controls how much paint the brush picks up from the canvas. Mix controls the ratio of paint from the canvas and more or less the combination of these two. Also, we have all of these other icons up here. But a dry brush, think about kindergarten when you were painting the first time. And when you were in kindergarten, you used to paint with watercolors, with paintbrush, and you dip your paintbrush into water. That's more or less what the mixer brush is. The dry option is telling you, okay, you just grab some paint and you're painting on a canvas. You don't even have water on your brush at all. So what I want you to do is paint just a little bit above the red tube. Okay, so if you can click and drag and continually paint, eventually, notice, mine finally ran out of paint. That's because you have a dry brush. You don't have enough paint there to sample. So you've got to pick up, release the mouse, and start over. Okay, click the eyedropper tool, and let's sample the blue. Let's click on our mixer brush. So we're going to be going back and forth quite a bit. Go to your brush panel. Change the brush to Round Fan 25. On the option bar, notice that it also gives you a preview screen of what the brush is doing. We're going to watch this as we paint. Change where it says dry to wet. So we want to have a fairly wet brush where we have lots of water on it. So watch as I start to click and paint. There's not a whole lot of color there. You've got a lot of water mixed in with your brush. You can also see that the bristles are moving slightly as you are painting. Just very briefly. Let's click the eyedropper tool and click on the yellow. Click the mixer brush. Click the brush panel. Change the brush to round, flat, angled brush, 32. So flat, angled, 32. It's this brush right here. Change the blending options to very wet, so like you don't have any color on it at all. And paint. Okay, I am painting, but you can barely see it. You may have to look at your screen at a different angle to be able to see that you did actually paint. Notice how the bristles move when you're moving back and forth. That's just like it would on a regular canvas. Let's go ahead and click the mixer or the eyedropper tool, sample your green. And the last one that we haven't done is moist. So let's go ahead and click on our mixer brush. Change the brush panel to round, blunt brush. And let's change our thickness. So let's come down here to our options and change the thickness to 80%. Change on the option bar the useful blending option to moist, and paint just a small area above the green tube. So let's look at the difference. A dry brush gives you a bright color. A wet brush gives you some color. It kind of dilutes the color. A very wet brush doesn't give you hardly any color at all because it's got more water in it. And a moist brush kind of balances the two. Okay, so now we're actually going to work with mixing our colors because that's what a mixer brush is for. Let's go ahead and click on View, Fit on Screen. And we need to go to our Layers panel and we need to click the Paint Mix layer. Click the eyedropper tool, excuse me, and click on Sample of the Red. Click the brush panel, and actually you need to click on your mixer brush first. And we're going to change the brush to a hard, round brush. On the option bar, I want you to change the blending to wet. And let's fully paint the top circle. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect because if you notice you can't paint on top of the circles. Let's click on our eyedropper tool and sample the blue. Okay, so we've sampled blue. Let's go ahead and click on our mixer brush. And we want to click the option bar where it says clean after every stroke and deselect that. We don't want it selected. And now I want you to start painting over the red. And notice how it starts kind of turning a purplish color. Okay, so now what I want you to do is on the second circle, start painting. Okay, You may have to go and mix some more. Get a purple color. I've got to mix a little bit more. And paint. Okay. Mine didn't mix very well because I ended up not mixing very well. I got more blue in it than what I needed. But it should stay purple when you paint over here. So let's click on the option bar where it shows blue, and I want you to click the drop down arrow. Notice that you can load the brush or clean the brush. Since we're not cleaning the brush after every stroke, we need to clean our brush. And click in that same place and load the brush. So it's going to load with our blue. And let's go ahead and paint. So make sure you fully paint this third circle yellow, or sorry, blue. And let's click on our eyedropper tool, and we want to sample the yellow. And start painting over the blue. So click on our mixer brush and start painting over the blue. And blue and yellow make green. Obviously it makes a very ugly shade of green, but it makes a shade of green. So it kind of mixes the colors together. On the option bar where it says the color, shows the color, let's click clean brush and load the brush. Now I want you to paint the last circle fully yellow. Click the eyedropper tool and sample the red. Click your mixer brush and paint over the yellow, and you should get an orangey looking color. Okay, so let's go ahead and click off the circles layer so it's not visible. So now you can see how your colors mixed and how well they didn't mix so well. I've determined that using your mixer brush takes a fine art to be able to get them to mix correctly. Let's go ahead and minimize our brush panel to get it out of the way. And do a file save just to make sure you have it saved. The last thing that we're going to do while we're in here is we're going to create a custom brush preset. So if you create a brush and you get your brush set just how you want it and you want to repaint with that brush later, that's what we're going to do. We're going to save our preset so we can paint with it later. Let's click on the brush panel. And you want the round fan brush. You want size 36. Sometimes the number's going backwards, so you may have to put them in backwards. You want bristles at 25. So you may see me type 52, but it'll come out 25. The length to be 25, the thickness to be 1, stiffness you want 87, angle to be 0, and the spacing to be 2. Let's click on the brush panel menu button, which is, remember, 3 lines drop down arrow, and click new brush preset. It's going to ask you to name it, and let's name it landscape. And click OK. So now click on your presets, your brush presets panel, and scroll all the way to the bottom, and notice how you have your landscape brush at the very bottom. Let's go ahead and save, and we can close our palette start. Now let's open, we're actually going to paint a landscape. So let's open 11 landscape start. And let's save it to our assignments folder. So File, Save As, your name, Assignments, Photoshop Lesson 11, and 11 Landscapes Dark. Let's change our format to Photoshop and start. On the Colors panel, let's change R to 185, G to 204, and B to 228. Click your mixer brush, which it should be selected. On the option bar, change to a dry brush and paint just the sky. And you don't have to make it look perfect. Sometimes if you paint too fast, your brush will not keep up with your mouse. So you have to watch what you're doing. Try not to get too close to the trees because you actually, with the dry brush, will paint over the trees. So try not to get too close to them. Just like that. Remember, the more you paint with a dry brush, it will run out of color. Okay. Change the color panel to R is 103, G is 151, and B is 212. And let's paint over just the upper 2 inches of the sky, so about this much. It doesn't have to be perfect. The reason I keep saying that is we're going to blend it to look something like this. Change the option bar so it's a very wet, heavy mix brush. And using diagonal strokes, I want you to blend these colors together. Notice the longer your strokes, they start taking out all the individual brush strokes. So with this unit, you can kind of see how Photoshop is a lot like taking an art class. Try to get all your brush strokes out. It almost looks like it's raining somewhere. Oops. Okay. Click the eyedropper tool and let's sample kind of a lighter shade of green and paint the entire grass selection. So we should have our landscape, so click on your mixer brush and we want to paint, just start painting over your grass with the heavy mix brush. So your heavy mix brush is mixing the colors, kind of blending them all together. Photoshop's telling me I gotta let my mouse catch it. So you're just blending all those colors together. Change the color panel so R is 92, G is 157, and B is 13. Change the option bar to be a dry brush. And let's paint just the lighter shades of the trees. Kind of mix your green in there. And the trees just a little bit. Don't do too much though. Okay, now I want you to click your eyedropper tool and sample the darker shade of green. So, let me get over here. This may be better. Let's change click on our mixer brush, change it to a very wet brush, and I want you to blend all of the colors together for the trees. And do it the best that you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't expect you to be an artist, because you can see that I'm not. So let's go ahead and do a file and save. Click on remove tool so you don't paint anymore. Remember that all of the different parts of the mixer brush, you've got wet, moist, dry, very wet, so that way it allows you to mix your colors and blend your colors together. This is the other way that you can make a regular picture look like it's been hand painted. So once you have saved, you can close.